We're right back. We just filmed a Frank Look At and we're back off another one. We're laying in my bed still. Why? Because I'm fucking exhausted. I walked 8 miles today. That's a lot of miles. But I'm not here to talk about that. As I mentioned in the goals video, I went on a date today. Which, I guess what I'm trying to do for the Frank Look At today is just tell a story about the date because it was pretty interesting. I wake up about 7:30 this morning. I'm not hungover, which was great, but I was definitely a bit tired from the night out. And I see I have a Hinge message. A girl matched with me. I'm like, okay, cool. She's pretty cute. And she was vibing with my pictures. I'm like, I love it. I love when they vibe with my pictures because they don't want a serious guy, which is cool. Oh, my bad. Which is cool. And I, sent her a few messages, and then I go back to sleep, whatever, around like 1. She was like, hey, do you want to meet up today? And I'm like, sure. I'll meet up today. Why not? I told her, hey, though, I'm not from the city, so I don't know, where to go in the city. And she's like, oh, we can go watch the Niner game. I'm like, okay, cool. And in the back of my head, though, I was like, that's not really what I would want to do for a date, because it's I'm focused a lot on the game. I'm not going to be talking that much. Which turned out, yeah, I wasn't talking as much. So, dude, what am I doing here? Hello. And that was my concern. So I, walk down, go back on the train, go up to the city again, and I start walking to the neighborhood she lives. And she told me, oh, I actually don't live over in that part of the neighborhood. I live here. I'm like, well, I actually didn't walk. I took a bus. But then I'm like, okay, now the next bus isn't for half an hour. So I was like, I might as well just, where do you want to meet? I was like, where do you want to meet? She gives me a place. We go there. Cool. Right by the Chase Center to where the Warriors play. So, that was a good half-hour walk for me. And I get there. She arrives 15 minutes later. And, we're watching the Niner game. And so English isn't her first language. That's not an issue for me. But it's just we're in a loud space. She doesn't talk very loud. And we are, it's hard, to get to know each other. And it got to the point where it's just okay, I feel like this isn't going good. And she was like, oh, I feel a bit under the weather. And I'm like, then why? I was thinking to myself, why would you want to go on this date with me if you're, not feeling too good? So whatever, the Niners lose, that sucked. We go on a walk, and then, I take her back to her place, cool, whatever. And then I was just like, yeah, it wasn't really the vibe I was looking for in the date. It's first impressions, they're very important. I didn't feel like she gave me a good one. I doubt I gave her a good one. So whatever, didn't work out. Went on a date. Getting back to the train station, by the way, on 22nd Street, I got a fucking big leg workout. Holy shit, I walked over some hills. Or some streets that were hilly. And I'm fucking exhausted. But that was my day. I think in the total of this weekend, I think of from Friday to right now, I think I'm over 20 miles for the weekend. So that's pretty cool. But I'm fucking tired. I'm very tired. And, we went on a date. It wasn't a successful date, but it was a date. We did it. And, not all the dates are going to work out. But if, you just don't go on a date, then you're going to miss all the shots you don't take. So we went on the date. It didn't work out. And we move on. But, yeah, this will come out on Tuesday. And I'm filming on Sunday. But, yeah, just so you know, I wanted to get that information out while my mind was still fresh. But now I'm just yapping, and so I'm going to end it. And this has been a Frank Look At, and I'll see you next time. Peace.